Monday of the 14th week of Ordinary Time, finding Christ in the Church. Faith, hope, and love for the Church. In the Church, we see Jesus, the same Jesus the crowds wanted so much to touch, for there flowed out of him a power that cured all. Anybody who binds himself to Christ, the teacher, the priest, and the king, by accepting the doctrine, the sacraments, and the authority of the Church, belongs to the Church. In a certain way, we maintain the same relationship with the Church as we do with Christ, by means of faith, hope, and charity. First of all, faith, which means believing what on so many occasions is not so obvious. The contemporaries of Jesus, too, saw a man who worked, who grew tired, who needed food, who felt pain, cold, and fear. But that man was God. In the Church, we have seen holy people who often pass unnoticed, hidden as they have been by a very ordinary life. We also see weak people like ourselves, small-minded, lazy, self-interested. But if they have been baptized and remain in a state of grace, despite all their defects, they are in Christ. They share in the same very life. If they are sinners, the Church welcomes them too into her midst as members who need her still more. Our attitude towards the Church also has to be one of hope. Christ himself assures us, "On this rock I will build my Church, and the powers of death shall not prevail against it." She will be the firm rock where we can seek safety against the erratic lurches of the world. She can never fail us, because in her we will always find Christ. And if we owe God charity, love that is, we must have the same sentiment toward our mother, the Church. For no one can have God for his father who does not have the Church for his mother. She is the mother who gives life to us, the life of Christ's, by which we are children of the Father. A mother is to be loved. Only bad children remain indifferent, sometimes hostile, towards the person who gave them their very being. We have a good mother. This is why we are so hurt by the wounds that are caused by her by some outside and by some inside the Church, and by the sickness that others to her members can sometimes undergo. This is why, as good sons and daughters of the Church, we try hard not to talk about the weaknesses of individuals, past or present, of this or that Christian, whether or not they have been placed in positions of authority. We try never to criticize the Church, who is holy and so merciful that she does not deny her motherly care, even to sinners. How can we ever speak about her coldly, harshly, or insolently? How can we remain indifferent to our mother? We are not, and we do not, want to be indifferent. Whatever is hers is ours, and we cannot be expected to take a neutral stance, like a judge who will impartially hear a case against someone. Such can never be the attitude of a child in relation to his mother. We belong to Christ when we belong to the Church. In her, we welcome members of the body of him whom Our Lady conceived, gestated, and brought into the world. This is why the Blessed Virgin is Mother of the Church, that is to say, Mother of the whole people of God, both faithful and pastors. The latest jewel that filial piety has set in the litany of Our Lady, the most recent compliment to the Mother of Christ, is almost synonymous, Mother of the Church, we say.